Hi, Trainer Thatch here. Welcome to the PokeQuiz. This week we're covering a bunch of different things, but mostly we're talking about how we kind of wish ZA was hyped up a little bit better. You can always check out what we're talking about throughout the whole show, so get ready for that. I don't have anything else to say. So with that, guys, let's puckle up and get ready for another exciting episode of the PokeQuiz.
And now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PokeQuiz.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
Welcome to another episode of the PokeQuiz. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my West Coast, Best Coast gang. I've got the one and only Lynian.
Hello.
And I've got the mysterious as always, Lord Jushiro.
Some say mysterious. How are you guys today?
Welcome to the
Waking
Puckle.
up.
Yeah, you guys definitely are. I went for like a 4.5 mile run before this, and I'm feeling okay. Welcome to the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And yeah, that's just what we do here. We talk Pokemon. We have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Anybody got anything fun that's been going on lately? I'll be honest, I don't
Getting
know as
ready
much.
for my Japan trip, which will be going over the release of the next games.
Okay, but follow-up question about that though.
Mhm.
Are you going to Pokemon centers? That is the important question.
We're going to one because going to one sounds cool. We're going
Yes.
to a second one on release day to see what that looks like.
I'm actually
Nice, though. That's fun.
that could be fun actually. I think that could be a blast. The one that my recommendation, if you're just gonna go to one, would be the Shibuya one. I think it's the Shibuya one with the Mewtwo in the tank.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Okay.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're going to be in Kyoto when the game drops. So
The Kyoto Pokemon Center is fine. It's fine.
I didn't go to that one.
Yeah, that one's fine.
what a rousing review there.
I don't know. Like it's got like I don't know. Some of like the ones in Tokyo, they get very ornate and like big, and then the other ones are just kind of like, yeah, we put a Pokemon Center here, and there's like some Pokemon statues inside. There you go. Like enjoy.
That's kind of what I remember
enjoy.
hearing. So we were
Enjoy.
that's why we're only going to go to one, and then we looked at the calendar and went, but we have to do that then.
No, that makes sense. I think the only other one I was like pretty hyped about outside of Tokyo, like all the Tokyo ones are really cool and different. Except for the Tokyo Station one, like that one's don't go. It's fine. You can miss that one. The one that I went to all of them that I've ever been in like close enough proximity to that I was like within an hour-long train ride of. And so the one there's one in Osaka. There's two in Osaka. One of them in Osaka is really I really enjoyed it. It was in a mall, and it had a giant Koraidon statue coming out of it, and it was actually a really nice one.
The
was a nice
Osaka
one.
was the mall that I went because when I went to Japan, it coincided with the launch of the Switch with Zelda.
Yeah.
First Switch
I remember
with
that.
Zelda. So I went to Osaka and I had to wake up really early, take the subway to go to Osaka and stay in line and get there early enough to be in line to get one. And I managed to do it. So it was a lot of fun.
It was probably the same one because they have the Nintendo store right next door to it.
Yeah.
The one in the mall. I think that's the Osaka Pokemon Center DX. There's a DX one and there's a not DX one. And yeah, the DX one was actually pretty cool. Like that one was kind of fun to look at. I had a good time there. Yeah. And there's also a Nintendo store right across the way, which I talked about a little bit last week, but it was pretty cool. But overall, Pokemon centers are fun. Also, Japan in general is fun. There's a lot of good things.
Yeah.
A lot of good things over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is actually, well, no, I shouldn't talk about it on the show. I should talk about it on the show. It's okay.
I don't need to know what you did in a red light district. It's fine.
Actually, where's that? That's wherever the Godzilla statue is in Tokyo. If you go there at night, that's pretty close.
I don't know. I haven't heard. Mm-hmm.
That's where all like that's where all the maid cafes are, and they like try to get you to come in at night.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I mean, Japan's fun though. I like Japan. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of perks there. A lot of perks.
Me upon arriving there, like 2 hours in, I was crossing the street and there was like these bunch of groups all dressed in Mario Kart and doing driving carts in the middle of the road. I hear
that the locals hate that. I hear the locals hate it.
This was years ago when it was starting, I think, because it's been a while since.
I'm telling you, if that was happening on Pike, I would lose my mind instantly. I don't think it took time to get there.
So it was awesome.
Like that feels like such a tourist thing to do. But granted, you do a lot of touristy things while you're there anyway. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Tokyo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some really good shrines in Tokyo. Like Tokyo's got some fun stuff.
Oh, Tokyo. Well, in my trip, I spent 10 days in Japan, and I spent the most of them in Tokyo because there was so much to do in Tokyo alone that it's like I don't want to go to the rural areas. I'll plan that for the next trip because it's like there's so much.
That's kind of what we did. That's what we did the first time we went to Tokyo, and then the second time we went to just like Osaka and Kyoto. Yeah. And I mean, that was also a blast. Like I didn't think I was going to enjoy Osaka as much as I enjoyed Osaka.
Yeah.
Like when we got there, I was just like, there's not like a ton of stuff here that like I really want to do, and like the trains aren't as good.
Where the bathtubs, the bathhouse are, right? The giant bathhouse. Is that in Osaka, right?
I don't know.
There are a lot of those in different spots.
They're just everywhere.
Yeah. Because like we are going up to Hokkaido because we're staying around Upaboi for a couple of days.
Nice.
And that's real different than the other stuff.
Yeah, no, that sounds right. That sounds like a good time actually. That's the one place I haven't gone yet was Hokkaido. That'll probably be my third trip. I'll go to Hokkaido and northern Japan, Sendai. Just have a good time up there. I probably will I want to give myself, last time I did give myself enough time in Tokyo still because there's still a few things I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And I didn't give myself nearly enough time in Tokyo last time. So hopefully we'll get it. But yeah. Yeah. Anything on your end that was fun recently, Jushiro? Other than I heard you got a Switch 2. That's exciting.
Yeah, I don't have it yet. I pre-ordered the one that includes the game.
Understood.
So I'm excited for that. But I haven't been playing much, unfortunately. Not even the Pocket one. I kind of got bored.
Oh no.
Of it, but I am hyped for CA to No Oblivion. I've been drinking all the reveals for the megas. It's just Chef's kiss is what I like.
Tell me about it.
Pokemon is that it's that excitement coming into a new one and then slowly dropping all the new Pokemons and the evolutions and stuff. It's just great. I'm having a blast. Even though I haven't been playing, I have been consuming Pokemon.
I have been consuming. That makes sense. All right. Well, you know what? I think that's an intro. We can call it there. We've got some news to talk about, though, so let's go ahead and kick it on over there and cue that epic ball bounce noise. Welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. Let me get us over there. Our first new piece of news that I really want to cover because I think it's hilarious is that the shiny Koraidon and Miraidon codes at GameStop were a complete disaster somehow. I really don't know. I don't understand. Like I'm so confused by it because historically the codes for these games, like you can print them off on a receipt at GameStop. I mean, granted, this is the first time they've done a physical code in a very, very long time in the US. But apparently what happened is there was also like a Pokemon card release on that day as well, which Mega Evolutions did just come out. And so all the scalpers just like pick those up at the same time. and they're selling them for like $25 on eBay or something. It's nuts.
It's dumb.
And because
I don't understand.
From what I've read, and this is coming from like Reddit and Twitter, and so none of this is validated or anything, but like what I've heard, a giant pinch of salt. What I've heard is like every store only got like 50 codes or something like that, which is weird to me, like so weird. And the fact that like again they didn't want to print it off for you on a receipt. They do that in the UK without a problem. And it's just something's going on here. Something's weird. I assume Pokemon will try to make it right.
I hope so, because it's starting to feel like they are catering to the scalpers because they know they get the money regardless. And
I don't think they're doing that.
This one just comes down to GameStop not managing things well.
I don't think that's the thing. GameStop doesn't. It's not the one that provides the codes.
But they are the ones who say, 50 is enough.
Yeah, it was such a weird. GameStop codes in general, I just think are outdated, and I don't know why this just wasn't a wireless distribution. But
that's my point. We've done this before. We've done the printing on the receipts before this. That we have the technology since decades. Yeah. So the fact that they're choosing to go this route is what makes it feel like, at this point, guys, you're not reading the room. Well, Nintendo of America hardly ever reads the room correctly. And you're not reading the room, and at this point, you're just doing it on purpose. I know that's obviously I don't have no proof of that, but it's. The way they're choosing to do things it's just completely dumbfounded.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't have too many thoughts on it other than Pokemon will probably make it right. For this kind of thing, they've historically done that, where they've kind of flubbed up a giveaway like this. So something will come out and we'll be fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just UPS everyone a second box of 200 and go, whoops.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like sent me an email, like Pokemon sent an email. They're like, here's a code for Miraidon and Koraidon as like a forgiveness thing. But all right. Oh yeah, go ahead.
What is funny a little bit and brief. This is objectively the best Koraidon to use because the ones from the games are fixed to have 31 attack and 31 special attack EVs. Where this one is fixed to have 20 as its attack stat.
Okay. So, fun little tidbit, I guess. All right. Well, with that, we're going to move on. The Pokemon anime is getting more updates in the US. New season 2 is now playing on Netflix, so that's exciting for everybody to watch, I guess.
I need to catch up on that.
Oh. Yeah, it's just it's exciting. Let people watch it. Shiny Rayquaza, a bunch of other stuff. Season 2. It's just gonna be a good time. I'm really excited, honestly, for like the time skip that's coming up. So I do want to see that.
Yeah,
I do want to see that. But all right, that's anime news. If you were playing TCG Pocket, unlike Jushiro, you'd learn that a new Deluxe Pack EX is coming to TCG Pocket. Where they just have higher rarity cards in it. It looks like a lot of reprints. It's essentially like a reprint set in the actual TCG, which is kind of nuts. But this starts on October 29th. You can start grabbing these, where you can get a bunch of just like fancy reprint cards. I don't know if it'll cost more or not to open or something. So it's very cool.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure how easily that would even work given how that game plays.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's just going to be a temporary one. I think really what it is, because at first I'm like, these sets are still there. I don't understand why they're doing this. But then I realized, oh, wait, this is
they only put the good. Well, they only put the good card. They just put the new good cards in it, right? Yeah, it's a catch-up mechanic.
Right.
So
the rare cards. Good is another question.
Yeah, it's a catch-up mechanic. That's all it is. It's for new players or people that left the game to come back and have easier access to the good cards, which I don't mind at all. It's a good idea.
I think that's always good. That's always something to want. But yeah. All right, moving on to Pokemon Unite, Lynian. This is you.
Yeah, Unite has some news. Mega Lucario will be out. They pushed it up a week when they realized that everyone had Lucario already, so they couldn't charge for it. So we're not entirely. I don't know. Do we have full details on how the mega mechanics are going to work?
My understanding, and again, grain of salt because Thatch isn't a Unite expert, but my understanding is that Mega Lucario will be a separate pass from Lucario. So you can have like a Lucario and a Mega Lucario maybe on the field. I'm not exactly sure how this works.
I mean,
because that
No, go ahead.
You have the two Mega Mewtwo's, right? So it's kind of similar.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we've already had Megas in the game before, which it's basically whenever they have to do, whenever they have the Unite chart up, they Mega Evolve and they'll do their stuff. But if they're re-releasing Mega Lucario, it sounds like they might be doing like a different.
My understanding is it's a separate pass.
Character. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a separate pass.
Sure.
But yeah. VGC stuff, I guess, which is more exciting, honestly. But that's on you, Lynian, as well.
Yeah, their championship points. Another grand challenge happens this weekend. Probably.
Yay.
Signups were open for a day, and then were overridden by signups for Terrestrial Crescendo. So if it comes back, sign up by Thursday night. And this other thing called the Terrestrial Crescendo event happens October 10th through 12th. You can sign up anytime before it ends. 2v2 doubles. You have to bring Koraidon or Miraidon, and it's your only restricted Pokemon.
Yep. Right. That's the whole thing. That almost sounds like a fun competition, but yeah. I think it's just like goodbye Scarlet and Violet. Like I really feel like they're trying to end it and move us on to Pokemon CA,
which is weird because it's making it feel like CA is a mainline game, and it
technically
it's got
is
online multiplayer. So at some point, I'm not sure what the difference is going to be.
No, that's the idea, and the idea is in early 2026 to move like VGC to Pokemon Champions.
Right.
So
I know, but I would figure they would do that first.
Yeah,
right?
I'm wondering. I am wondering if there is something that happened to Pokemon Champions to like make the timeline slip a little bit. Yeah. So we have like this awkward time where VGC is still on Scarlet and Violet, but they really want ZA to be the main game. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I would expect an early January or an early 2026, like January, February release of Pokemon Champions to kind of take over VGC. But all right, with that though, we're gonna move on to some Pokemon Go, and that's you, Jushiro.
Absolutely, and we start out with the Steel Skyline event that runs through September 30th to October 7th. It adds Duraludon via 4-star Dynamax raids, which is fun. And then on Saturday is Mega Metacross raid day.
Woo!
That'll be next.
They're like pumping out all of the megas before the new ones from ZA show up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, no one cares about these ones anymore.
They're like, no, they're like, we've been slow rolling these for so long. Oh no, there's like gonna be 50 new ones. Hurry up.
Yep.
Well, no, thank goodness we have content next year.
Yeah.
Oh God, finally.
A little bit though. Tell me about it.
And of course, that Saturday is the 4th of October. And then we're going to move on to TCG news. And TCG will be playing at the League in October. We'll get you a Spirit Bomb promo with the pumpkin stamp and the Play Pokemon watermark for those collectors in you.
Wow.
I'm sure this is going to be totally handled normally. And people aren't going to go wild.
So the league promos actually get handled pretty reasonably because it requires you to play the game, and the scalpers don't typically. They just so when it's also not sealed product, if that makes sense. So like the promos that come from league are actually pretty reasonable.
Oh, good.
Yeah, those don't get like sucked up. Yeah. Because that's easier to control than like you have somebody coming in and going, hey, I'll give you $300 for this booster box. It's hard to say, no, I can't sell you that without like coming off as like, I'd rather sell it to people who are in my community than this, and this. And then there's also, but when it's the things that like Pokemon sanctions, like you can only get this if you play, that stuff gets way more controlled.
Shout out to my local game store owner who will say that without even blinking. Just like, no, this is for people who play the game, and then send people away with this lifetime ban.
Exactly.
Not even are you saying it's just yeah, I am. Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them on a pedestal.
All right. For Pokemon, for Pokemon's Badge Bonanza, we have you can still just play Hoenn, any kind of Hoenn. And in October, we're going to be switching over to doubles, where you just play doubles anywhere, I guess. I don't know if it's just doubles on the ladder. I think it's on Scarlet and Violet ladder still. We're doing that. But yeah. And then finally, in everybody's favorite news segment, Wo Chien's News Corner, news brought to you at a snail's pace, or AKA news that makes Thatch feel old. 10 years ago this week, Serena caught her Eevee in the anime.
Cutest Eevee ever, too.
There was no news back that week. It was 2015. Yep. 2015, we were really holding out, guys. Okay, it was a rough year. 2015 was rough, guys. I remember. All right.
Every once in a while, we were in the trenches.
We were in the trenches. I remember when I was there. Okay, I remember 2015. All right. With that, though, guys, that has been the news. So we've got a topic for you, though. So we're going to kick it on over to our topic. Welcome to our topic. Our topic today is imagine a world where Thatch, Lynian and Jushiro get hired by TPCI to become their new marketing team. And we're all unqualified, but that's okay. Actually, Lynian might be qualified.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. You might be qualified. I feel like you're qualified somehow.
Cool. I'm qualified.
You're qualified. So hire him, guys. Like, I don't know what you're doing.
Please. Yeah. I'm even live here.
Yeah, exactly. Though, honestly, yeah. So one. I just wanted to talk about this because I thought it would be really, really fun to talk about some of the ways that because we talk about this all the time off the air, is what are they doing? Why are they doing it like this? I think it'd be better to do it X, Y, Z. And I mean, there's a number of things in the past couple of years that I go, that's an interesting choice. Why are you doing it that way, TPCI? Maybe don't do it that way. And I think like the big one that we could probably start the conversation off with now, just we can get like the ZA tag then. But two,
I think one thing we should do real quick is establish what we clarify. We mean marketing.
Marketing,
we're not going
to
change any products that they're doing or anything like that. No, how they're telling us about it.
Yes. I think the way they tell us things is very weird sometimes, and I don't know. Like I think the timeline that they stuck themselves on recently, with like ZA announcements was kind of weird. I think they stuck themselves because it was the same kind of timeline that they would typically tell us things at, surprisingly enough. And I think in the year 2025, I just don't think it's as effective as it was like back in 2019, where granted, I also think the Sword and Shield like marketing like lead up was kind of terrible. Like I would not have done a 24-hour stream for Galarian Ponyta where you only saw it once at the end.
It says something that what I remember most of Sword and Shield release marketing was the leaks.
Yeah, I mean a little bit.
The leaks kept me through it. Yeah. Other than that, I barely remember any official marketing that happened.
They did very little because I think they got a lot of. I don't know if they got a lot of criticism or they even listened to the fan base, but there was a lot of criticism in the fan base at the time. Talking about how they revealed the whole deck.
In fact, we have news stories from the people talking to employees who wish to remain anonymous, saying morale was lower than it's ever been at the company, and that multiple people were just like forcing themselves to go to work because the online backlash was so severe.
But it was also that Sun and Moon had like all of the Pokemon revealed beforehand as well. And that was a criticism of that marketing. So I feel like they kind of like went back too far. I think the Scarlet and Violet reveals were like the sweet spot where it's like, here's a couple cool things, not all the cool things. and that's pretty exciting. Like I did really enjoy the way that they handled the Scarlet and Violet reveal cycle. But what they actually do is they don't tell you anything cool until about, I would say, about June to July timeframe about the game, and that's exactly what happened again for ZA, where and that's kind of it felt very weird, especially because they announced ZA in 2023. And
was it really that long ago?
No. It was 2024. My apologies.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
It was 2024. But they announced it in February 2024. They're like, this game exists, and then we get a year of nothing. Which, you know what? Fine. But after a year of nothing, being like, here's the game, and then giving us another like 4 months of nothing was not fun. I did not like that. I don't think they should have done that. I just don't think I just like a little bit more. Like they could have tossed, they're going to have so many megas in this game. I guarantee it. They could have tossed us a couple more bones. We've only got like, well, I shouldn't say only. Now I think we have something like 7 or 8 revealed. But
we have 7 or 8 revealed, of which 5 are not going to be available at launch.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Like the thing that bothers me, and this has been consistent since I think they've done it once correctly, and that was Sword and Shield. But recently, they've had an extremely poor order of operations. When I think just slightly shifting some things would have significantly changed how the reactions to things have happened. Okay, I accidentally did research for this episode because we didn't have the topic at the time that I did this.
Tell me more. I want to know.
So on a different community Discord that I'm on sporadically, I noticed that a lot of the people there, while being nominally very big Pokemon fans, were not talking about getting the game at all. Yeah. And so I ran a poll because there's just like a little poll channel, right? Over half of the people there had no intention to get it quickly at all. And most of them were going, well, why am I going to buy a game that I can't play the only stuff in it that looks cool?
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I don't know why they spent so much time telling us about the stuff that's not coming out at launch and very little about the stuff that is coming out at launch. You know what I mean?
And and let's say you want to release a DLC pack that's going to come out in like March. Great. That's fine. March to a fall release, a March expansion, that's actually not that unusual. Then tell us that at Pokemon Day when you have 20,000 people tuning into that.
I think they could have. I think they absolutely could have waited on that a little bit. I think the problem, I don't know. Like I think that they see themselves in between a rock and a hard place, and I don't know that it's necessarily true. They probably could have announced this in like January or something. It would have been fine. But I think they're trying a couple of things, and I don't know that I necessarily agree with them. I've thought about this DLC announcement a lot lately. One, I'm a Pokemon shill, so I'm just gonna buy it anyway. But I'll buy it at launch so I can get the goofy costume. It's fine.
Dude, costumes are so bad.
They're bad. They're terrible, actually. But I thought about this. They announced this DLC months in advance of release before it comes out. And I think they imagine themselves as in between a rock and a hard place, because I think they didn't want the announcement of the DLC to overlap with anything weird. Like they didn't want to announce it before Christmas without any content coming out until March. And they didn't want to announce it on Pokemon Day so that it wouldn't overshadow probably Gen 10's announcement, which will happen on Pokemon Day.
For the
as
30th,
well. Yeah. So Pokemon, we'll get a Gen 10 announcement. And so I think they see themselves in a rock and a hard place there. I also think that they use the Legends games still at this point as kind of like an experimental setup to some extent when they're trying to promote the games. Because like if you look at Legends Arceus, it sold super well despite coming out in January, which is a super weird release time. And also, so like they experimented with that, but also with just like the free update and the new mechanics and everything. So I think even from a marketing standpoint, they used that. And I wonder if they were just like, maybe we'd increase the sales numbers on the DLC if we made it available at launch. But
it's not unheard. So people are freaking out because like a game, I've never heard of a game coming out with paid DLC announced. I'm like, then you only play Nintendo games.
Right. That's been happening since forever.
Yeah, 2015, I vividly remember pretty much every game I wanted had a season pass that had no announced content. Borderlands 2, Dishonored,
this is
BioShock
like
Infinite.
This is a thing that you and I say, though, like all the time to each other, though. I don't know that Pokemon fans don't play other games. Like, I don't know that they play other games. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, because every time they complain, I'm just like, you're complaining about something that's standard in the industry. Like, I don't understand, right? Like,
it's like, oh, all this content's locked behind paid online. I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah, and the paid online's cheaper than every other paid online. I'm so confused.
And comes with a bunch of free video games.
It's so weird to me. I don't know. Like, I don't think Pokemon, I genuinely don't believe that a lot of the very vocal people complaining about this play too many games that aren't Pokemon. Like, that's kind of where my gut's at.
It's been clear that everyone's world is very smaller than I gave it granted, and in general, not just Pokemon. And it suddenly, when it hits at their shores, it's when they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And it's like, dude, this has been happening for 10 freaking years. Like, where have you been?
Right.
I don't understand why the shock now.
I don't think they've done anything. I don't know that they've done anything weird. I think, honestly, if they would have called it like a season pass and done like a trickle of updates, it would have been it might have been received better. I don't know, though.
I don't even think that all they had, this just reaffirms to me. And if there's a lesson for the marketing team, it's all you have to do is say just do what every other Nintendo game does and say there will be DLC support, and then trust that your audience will stay there to buy it. Because I don't think the pre-release sales are going to justify this.
Yeah, I think a lot of the discourse has just been very clouded by this, and I don't think it's fair to the game or to the company. In all honesty, the way they communicated it has been very bad. Like, they've really just like hyped up. Here's all these ways you can get these Mega Stones that aren't available to the game right away. Instead of, come on, like, tell us about something exciting. Like, okay, Mega Raichu X and Y both look kind of cool now. Like, they've grown on me. But
the problem is what they've shown us that's new is 3 megas of which
it's four.
One and a half are really are going to be, I don't want to say are cool. I like all 4, but they're all so distinct that I feel like everyone likes one a lot, has one that's like fine, and then 2 that they're just okay with.
Yeah, I don't know that they chose the best ones, right? Like, I don't know who sat down, and I don't want to talk about which ones I think they should have done because we know the leak. Like, a lot of us have seen the leaks, and I know what the other ones are at this point in the base game, not the DLC. And I'm like, well, this one might have been a better one to like lead with or something like that here and there.
Yeah.
I don't even like, putting even that aside, 4 is not enough to market an entire game on. Like, I imagine, I not referring to the leaks here, but just in general, that there's probably double digits, probably more than like 15.
I would
give us like 7.
If I were to guess the number of megas that would be in base ZA, without knowing the leaks, what my guess would be, which ends up probably being close, is I would guess that there would probably be about the same number that you saw in Pokemon X and Y, which is around 25. That would be my gut feeling, is we would get 25 new megas in some way, shape, or form. Now with the DLC, I don't know how many you'd get. My gut and my hope would be another 25, but I can't say that's going to be true.
I think it's because we know how many we're getting. We have a lower bound because we have the Mega Dimension.
The trailer with the different
trailer had a set of stones. There were only so many, and then they started getting repeated.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe. I think that's a lower bound. I don't know if that's going to be the upper bound.
Right, I said we have a lower bound, and that's around 20.
My gut tells me 20 in the normal game, and then 20, 25 in the normal game, 20, 25 in the DLC. But no, I do agree with you. I think they should give us more. And I do think they messed up by making it Mega Dragonite, followed up by Mega Victory Bell. I I feel like that was such a weird move. Like, give us something that's not Gen 1.
The first complaints were about Gen 1 stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what a weird, like, what would have been more exciting for me is if they would have started with like Mega Hawlucha, and then they went into Mega Malamar, and we're like, oh, some of the Gen 6 Pokemon are getting it, and then you see a couple older Pokemon get it. And you're like, okay, so like we're celebrating a lot more than just, Gen 1 and Gen 6.
It's just really hard to get excited about a game when you know more about what's gonna be in it in 6 months than what will be in it at launch.
No, isn't that weird? It's so weird.
That's a miscalculation.
I also for a game that just doesn't have anything new except for the megas, I just think it's very weird to be promoting it in such a way. I don't know. I'm just so baffled and stunned at the lack of hype that they've been trying to build up. I'm also kind of bummed right now that there's nothing on the horizon. If it were me, I would have probably kept going with, and I guess this is the whole episode now, like if we were marketing ZA, but I probably would have gone and tried to make a mega release for like 8 or 9 weeks every Thursday leading up to the release on a Thursday. I'd be like, here's a new one. Now I know like Malamar kind of makes sense, but they just started that way and then they kind of dropped it. They like dropped it out of nowhere. I know why they skipped like September 11th. That makes sense to me, but
sure.
Because they have been historically Nintendo and TPCI respectful of September 11th and not doing video game announcements that day. And it's just so weird to me that they're just not like, they're not like pushing more and more and more, or like showing us more and more and more, right? Like give us like some, like I want a story detail outside of just like Dog Zygarde looking at a thing. Okay.
Well, we saw we saw Eternal Floette.
Yeah.
We don't know what it's doing.
We don't know what it's doing.
It's there.
Like I'd love to see any kind of story details, like story hype. I will say that Pokemon has just been bad at hyping their stories in Pokemon ever since they've started making good ones, which is very recently, honestly. But like
Sun and Moon, yeah.
They've just been really bad.
Not a day goes by. I didn't think about that entire
Alchemy Theory.
That release cycle. Oh boy.
It's so, I don't know. It's such a weird release cycle, and I just kind of wish they would give us more. And I'm really upset that a lot of it has come in the past like 2 months. Like it's 2 months leading up to the game, instead of just being like, if they would have announced like Mega Dragonite back in June or something like that, maybe even May, I would be hyped, because like a typical Pokemon release cycle, and I don't know that this is the right way to do it either, is when there's a new gen, they'll announce the gen on Pokemon Day. And then around May, June timeframe, sometimes you get lucky and it's April. You get the starters, and sometimes the starters come on Pokemon Day, but you'll get like more details about the starters,
proper information about things.
Yeah, exactly. And then and which we didn't get at all this time around with ZA.
Well, because I think they don't know how to do a game that doesn't have new Pokemon in it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. Well, a lot of the hype does come from new Pokemon, or they can at least base things around it and talk about new mechanics around new Pokemon. And I think they've just been really bad about that because it's an awkward battle style that they're really trying to push. And it's really hard to probably properly explain that battle style without you playing it, right?
Yeah. So like, okay, we know that you can catch Pokemon in the wild area, in the wild zones, and then at night you do battles, right?
Yep.
Those are 2 different trailers right there. You release them about 4 weeks apart, where you do wild, build your team in this, and then you end with the reveal of 2 megas, and then you do what happened, and then you have it turn dark, everything goes angry, and then you end, and people go, what is this? Yeah. And then the next trailer comes out and it goes, battle at night, and you show like ambushing other trainers. You imply some of the villains for the story, and then you end on Mega Malamar and something else that's kind of creepy looking.
I agree with all that. Man, it's just been such a weird and bad release cycle. I don't know. They need to give I'm actually upset that there's like nothing for this week like on the docket. Because the thing I will give them credit for, and I think is really cool, is the way they've been introducing the megas. Outside of like Dragonite was part of the trailer, but like Malamar hyping that up with the reveal.
Malamar was great.
That's
so
good.
To take off to not have to do anything over the 11th, but still have it be part of your marketing cycle.
Yeah, and I think also doing, I think the way they did Hawlucha was really good, where they're just like, hey, there's gonna be a fight. But also, did you guys see the random like they paid like Lucha Libres in Mexico to do a Pokemon themed wrestling match recently? That was insane. Okay, what a weird.
So great.
Okay, no, I think it's really cool, but I also think it's a really weird direction to take your marketing funds. When like you could be doing better in general, and they're just like, you're like
more trailers.
Yeah, just more trailers. Yeah, like
so the thing about that though, it's exactly what I think it should be happening more of. Because Lucha Libre is big in Mexico. So yes, the Lucha Libre thing was not really for us in America, but in Mexico,
no.
Lucha Libre is big. And that kind of crossover really hits home for them.
You know what occurs to me? It was probably
nuts.
Cheap.
It was so nuts.
Yeah, all they had to do, because the biggest thing they did is they're saying, hey, run this event. So what they probably had to do was,
I love this photo.
If it's a wrestling promotion that has its own stadium contracts, all they'll have to say is, hey, here's $200,000, the license to use all of this and all of the costumes, and we'll cover the belts.
Yeah.
Like we'll cover the money for your fight. That was probably under $1 million, and it
absolutely
definitely costs them more than that to do a proper reveal trailer.
You're probably not wrong. I love the costumes, by the way. Like they have them a champ, and they're so good.
Go watch that, guys. Search it on the internet. Pokemon. It's just great.
There's also a Sylveon and a Togepi, which was like nuts. It was so silly.
I love the Togepi one. It was really cute.
It was so nuts.
So here's my two cents on what things they could do maybe in the future that I think it will create more hype. Number one is why not give us a free update on the last game with a very small, doesn't have to be long, quest that leads up to the introduction of the next thing. Like, why not bring? Huh?
I think that would drive me nuts.
Right, but it's free.
Pop up in the menu for the game.
Right.
I absolutely hate in Scarlet and Violet how often I get reminded that I can buy DLC that I already own.
Right. No, but I mean like a free update, right? With a very like 15-minute quest, but it ends revealing one of the new Pokemons, right? And it gives you a like, oh, I don't know.
That's what they did with that's what they did with Sword and Shield, where you get like the Galarian Slowpoke early.
Right. That was super epic. And also, why not also, if that you were talking about, give us more content in the sense of what's going on in the game, what's the story? Maybe do a one chapter, one thing manga explaining not about your character, but the things leading up to the beginning of the game. Like maybe the professor, something related with the professor or the evil team or whatever is happening in the game. Something that explains a base backstory that when you start the game, that's when it finishes the manga, it's when your character comes into play.
Something that comes to mind that I wish they kind of would have done. And this might be difficult, but I think it would be worth the bang for the buck, especially based on like your poll, Lynian, right? Of the people who aren't interested in getting this. And they probably need to do this for Legends games to some extent as well. Is like a free demo of some sort. Like here's an hour of gameplay that you can go play. It's very curated. You can't go very far, but you can do like one cycle in the day, one cycle in the morning, or at night, and you can see how the gameplay loop works. And I think they desperately need that now. Like I think they desperately need that so people can understand this game, because I think the battle system personally is, I mean, it's going to be cool, but I don't think it's very understandable unless you play it, right? You get a feel for it. You go, okay, the controls are actually manageable. We can make this work.
Right.
I wasn't even sure you could catch Pokemon without battling them until this week.
Yeah, right? Isn't that weird?
And like that's straight. Like some of it's on me because there were things that were like in trailers and things, but they were just kind of blink and you'll miss it. How was this not really drilled? Like, hey, remember everyone loved this mechanic from
ZA? Yeah.
Well, not from ZA, from Legends Arceus.
Oh, that's what I meant. From Legends Arceus.
Yeah. We brought it back. It's like, oh,
cool.
That should have been a bigger part of your marketing, I think.
Remember how you couldn't do that in Scarlet and Violet, and now you can?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do think they flubbed a lot of ZA. I think ZA. I definitely still think ZA is going to be a lot of fun. Also, there's a like I read from some of the reviews that some of the reviewers believe that you'll definitely get to be able to go to the catacombs of Lumiose. And there's nothing about that. Granted, I will be frank and just be like, they didn't do that in Tears of the Kingdom either, and like explain that there's this whole Underdark thing that's going on. And they never explained that in the trailers. But I'm gonna tell you, Pokemon, you're no Legend of Zelda, okay?
We can't go into the sewers. Like that is an area we've seen footage from.
Have we seen footage from the sewers?
There's definitely a moment where someone is running in through what is either a overcovered drain culvert or sewers. I don't know about the catacombs, but definitely the sewers.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember seeing that.
I'm gonna go. You know what? Cerebi has their pre-release pictures.
Maybe it was in the pre-release pictures because
as in like they
from the trailers
them out the screenshots that they do for
please let me know if you find it and then send it to me and I'll put it on the screen.
I'm pretty sure I saw like a Yamask or something in the
I don't remember seeing Yamask at all.
Not Yamask, but something in that kind of environ.
I can 100% believe I missed something because I used to go through these trailers and like pick out literally everything. Nowadays I don't think it's as necessary, but it was very, very, very weird. Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything though in the catacombs or in the sewers or anything. I could be wrong though.
I don't see a screenshot of it, but there's also like 6 screenshots for that entire trailer. So yeah. We can continue talking while I scrub the video.
Well, I scrubbed the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that and I just wish there was more. I mean, if you're not going to tell us about the story, at least tell us more. I'm also surprised they haven't talked to us more about like Emma or the quest, or they've given us a little bit, but I don't know, man. I appreciate them trying to, I really appreciate them trying to keep a lot of things secret. I just think they're keeping too many things secret.
Right.
And when the game comes out, not as many people will buy it as a result. I don't know. We are all Pokemon fans, and as soon as like it gets launched, I'm sure by the end of the holiday season, the numbers will be fine sales wise.
Yeah, because remember that if not 50, it's probably 70-80% are just kids, man, and they don't get as deep as we do, right? They hear this new Pokemon game, they want it.
Well, also you have to think about kids. Like it's been 12 years since like Mega Evolution was announced. It's been 11 years since Mega Evolution's been in a current game, or was a focus of a current game. I think if we count Sun and Moon, like it was there until like 2018 or whatever. But or even Let's Go. It was in Let's Go actually. Never mind. You know what? I'm lying to myself.
Yeah, it was also in Pokemon DX, whatever that was.
Okay, yeah. That was a weird include, by the way, and a weird game to be like. But
it was there.
The relationship that the Pokemon company has with Mega Evolution is very weird and inconsistent because I think the TPCI really likes Mega Evolution from a sales perspective. And I don't think they're wrong about that.
TPCI really likes Mega Evolution from a sales perspective, and it's a pain to balance.
I don't think the game designers do. I don't think the game designers like Mega Evolution. That's my take.
I can confirm there is the sewer.
Okay.
I was right. It wasn't a Yamask though. It was a Noibat.
Okay. So the sewers do exist.
I've sent a screenshot so you can see it there.
I will. Let me pull her.
I
up.
don't think that this is going to be under the whole map. I think what this is going to be a location that you can go to.
We can only hope. We can only hope.
I don't want a sub-level that you can run around everything in. That sounds really obnoxious, actually.
It depends on what they're doing with it. I don't know. It depends on how big Lumios is on itself, which seems pretty big, granted. But if you have like an underground area of Lumios, I think that makes sense. Also, you need, I don't know, for like certain Pokemon, you need certain environments to exist there.
I know there's like randomly a desert area. I think they're trying to factor it more like a construction site.
Yeah, I just don't know how you do like Bergmite, because like Bergmite has to be here. And
I don't think, I think it's just going to be there's this area of the city that's frozen, and I don't think I'm going to care. Like, I mean, a city is too small to do a game like this. I'm like, have you been to a city?
Have you played Have you played Grand Theft Auto? Like, come on.
Yeah, or even just like
like any
to New York.
It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it all. What I'm kind of interested in is if they do like a Castalia city or something eventually. I really do appreciate that Legends games so far, the two that we have. It's very hard to draw trends, but it's very cool to see that the Legends games that we have so far have been them kind of stretching their creative legs in terms of game design. And this is kind of furthering the way Pokemon's played. I don't know. It's very cool in that regard.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
But to a point, to a question for you, to kind of point of they're not marketing this wholly correctly. You care a lot about Pokemon mechanics and games, right?
I mean, I guess.
Does this game have held items?
It does. We do know that.
Yep. I didn't know that until this week. How was that not part of? They did a whole thing about competitive battling at Pokemon Worlds. How did they not show held items?
It has been very inconsistent. I'm not gonna lie. The way that I found out that held items were a thing were not because of a trailer. It was because they announced that with like they do for every Pokemon game, every mainline Pokemon game. And I guess they're trying to include Legends in this because they did not do this for Pokemon Legends Arceus. But every Pokemon game, there's always a Pokemon that you can get for like the first like 4 months that the game's released. And we get that Ralts, and it says in the announcement what the Ralts is that the Ralts is holding Gardevoir. So it's like, oh, held items are a thing because the Ralts is holding the Gardevoir. That's cool.
Wow.
You know, that's how I found out.
I found out because I was reading something by there's the Zeta A preview that Joe Merrick wrote up for Cerebi.
Yeah,
and it says held items are back, and I went, they are.
Yeah,
okay,
because
cool.
they haven't announced it, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I think they were assuming that. I do think that the marketing team, and bless their souls, but like I believe the marketing team thought that more people would relate this to like Scarlet and Violet than to Pokemon Legends Arceus than they did. I think people were just like, yeah, this is just going to be more Pokemon, but it's going to be the same Pokemon the game that you usually play. But we changed the battling. That's how it works. And we're like, oh, okay, like. But are held items back? Are there abilities or what? What's going on? There's no abilities, but like, it's just it's a little inconsistent and weird. I don't know.
Just very strange.
I wish they would have. They definitely. I do dislike that more than half of the megas we got are megas that you can't get at launch and need to be obtained in a special way. I think if they were going to announce 5, they should have at least announced 5 megas that were in the game before doing so. But
or
I don't know.
At the very, very least, have announced. Just announce the DLC is coming and don't put the 2 Raichu on it so we don't have that weird number imbalance. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird move. I will also say, for having a game called Pokemon Legends ZA, I find it weird. This has nothing to do with the marketing team. I do find it weird that they decided that it was going to be Mega Raichu X and Mega Raichu Y instead of trying to be like, this is Mega Raichu Z and this is Mega Raichu A.
That's because I think they're just trying to harken back to the old games more than they care about that thematically.
I think the Z has nothing to do with anything but Zygarde, and then the A has literally no relevance almost except for the rank thing. Like,
yeah.
I imagine. I imagine There's no, it's not that deep. Like, it's just not that deep, guys. Right? Like,
yeah. So no one knows anything, and if anyone claims to have a valid leak, I certainly haven't seen it for the new expansion.
Yeah.
Man, I still think I could call shot about 6 Pokemon off of the top. And there's definitely going to be a Hoopa X and a Hoopa Y, you know?
I think I do appreciate Legends games for like demythicalizing these Pokemon though. And even if it's in DLC.
Yeah.
I appreciate that 100%.
How many mythicals are even left that you can't get through?
So if we assume
game?
we're going to get Deontay, Hoopa,
let's
and
assume
Volcanion,
we're getting Hoopa,
right?
and let's assume Deontay because it has a Mega.
I would also assume Volcanion. Like, I assume Volcanion's coming.
Just an old save bonus for.
It's just coming. It's going to come somehow this way. But you're missing I'm going to say on Switch and not like because like if we don't do Switch, then Deoxys is there, but then they close bank and then we're screwed.
Let's include Deoxys just because there is a way without any.
Okay,
we'll say without anything other than buying available DLC. What can't we get?
If you can just buy games right now, I think with the DLCs that are available, I have to look at the list. Mew is available as a save bonus.
Celebi is not.
Celebi is not. Jirachi is. Deoxys, I believe Manaphy is available in Legends Arceus, Darkrai Shaman, Arceus.
A save for BDSP.
Yep, but they're all there. Victini is still not. Keldeo is. Meloetta is. Genesect is not. Deontay, Hoopa, Volcania, I believe will. Magearna, you can still kind of get. It's a weird, like there's a couple weird ways. One is the National Dex thing in home. Which might actually require Magearna, but you can also just do like a weird QR code in Sun and Moon that's just like always available.
Yeah, that one I would say is always available.
Meltan Melmetal is always available. Zarude is not. Pecharunt is.
No, Pecharunt is not. That was a limited available chapter.
It's still
I think it might actually be closed.
No, it's not. It's still available. I just downloaded it the other day. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's still available. It's not as limited as people want you to make it think it is. I assume it ends soon-ish, probably, but yeah, you can still get Pecharunt. You can still get that download from the what is it called? I forget what they called it, but yeah, the Pecharunt's in the Hidden Treasure in the Mochi Mayhem. It was made available on January 11th, 2024, and is in indefinite event distribution.
Okay.
So it is indefinite.
Great.
Until like the server shut down. So yeah. Most of the mythicals are there. So like, I don't know. I like mythicals, and telling me that they're there, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I have nothing else to say about that. But yeah, I don't know. I think we've talked about this a lot though. I think we've done some.
One
good
thing I
things
wanted
there.
to leave to the very end, so we can move
go
on
ahead, Jushiro.
is one last recommendation. This is not necessarily for the marketing team, but for Pokemon in general. And Nintendo, stop suing your fans. Stop it. Stop with the cease and desist. It's free promo. I don't know what they're doing.
Protecting their.
It's a
complicated
there's actually
that goes.
Yeah,
trademark law is weird.
Trademark law is weird,
especially in Japan, and culturally, it's even more skewed.
Yeah.
Well, they're not the only Japanese company we know of, but they are.
No, but a lot of them do this kind of stuff too.
A lot of them do it.
Just gets a lot of the marketing.
Exactly. Yeah, Nintendo just gets a lot of press for it. Instead of other companies, this is definitely something that happens, and it's not just Nintendo that does it.
I know it happens. And it's not just Nintendo, but
and
they are. Yeah.
What's the other one?
Oh, I know.
Atlas and Los Angles' insane attempts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's not the point.
Yep. All right. Well, you guys can let us know how you would fix the ZA release cycle in the news this week. Let us know what you think. And with that, we are gonna go kick it on over to Puckle's PokeQuiz.
Oh hi, and welcome to the PokeQuiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The hosts can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to Puckle's PokeQuiz, the part of the show we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge. Thank you for that introduction there, Mark from the Dunsparce gang. We're going to get into it. Professor Oak tells you it's time to PokeQuiz, blah, blah, blah. That's what I say every week. Submit your questions at the Discord at pucklediscord.com, not in the Spotify comments. One guy that keeps doing that. That's I won't get them on the show because Liger doesn't read it there. All right, our first question is from a general trivia question as always, and it comes to you from Jimmy Wobbuffet. And this is a question that I was surprised at the answer because I didn't think it was real and I had to fact check it, but it's real. Generation 2 had only one new poison type move. Can you name it? One new poison type move in Generation 2. Yeah, and it surprised me with the answer. I didn't believe it was real, but it was real.
Okay, so what?
Sludge Bomb?
I think that might be right, because that's not in Gen 1. And it was definitely used very early in the anime. I think you're right, Jushiro.
Yeah, well, we can try.
Are you gonna answer that?
Sure, yeah.
Sludge Bomb is correct, actually. I did not know this either. I did not know this, actually.
I was frantically trying to think if Toxic Spikes was the answer somehow, but I was like, no, I think that's Gen 4. No, because I definitely remember old hand-animated episodes of the Pokemon anime where Weezing's using Sludge Bomb. But I also know from watching way too many videos by a specific Pokemon YouTuber who runs speed runs of Gen 1, Sludge Bomb is not it. The strongest poison move in the game is Sludge.
Weird. All right. Well, you guys are 1 for 1. Jushiro somehow got it. I don't know how.
I mean, I'm getting good at this.
Yeah. I mean, he is in the top 4. So good. All right. This second question is another general trivia question, and it comes to you from Punt Chunkman. I don't know if that's a reference to anything.
I hope it is.
I don't know what it is, if it is. I think you guys will get this one. What Pokemon that got a new evolution in a later generation waited the longest for its new evolution?
Dunsparce.
I mean, Dunsparce and Graphite would be the same.
Farfetch. No, but Farfetch is a different Pokemon, though. It didn't get an evolution. Its Galarian version got an evolution.
So what in Gen 9? Are we counting? So would regional evolutions count, Thatch?
Sure.
Oh.
Okay, so that doesn't change the answer, is what I'm hearing.
Sure. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. You could try.
Okay. What in Gen 9 got evolutions?
Surfetch. For Farfetch, we have.
That is Gen 8.
In Gen 9. Gen 9. That's probably the right way to go.
Yeah, because it would have to be that, and then you work backwards. So you've got like Farigiraf, you've got Dunsparce, which are both from Gen 2 to Gen 9. But did anything else get?
This guy, the Blade guy, the Steel.
That's Gen 5.
Right.
King Gambit is who you're thinking of.
King Gambit, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Primate.
Yeah, it's Primate. Annihilate.
Yep, Annihilate Primate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct. The answer is Primate. Primate got an evolution.
There you go.
I was like, I wasn't going to wait for
something
I'm forgetting here. It wouldn't be a tie.
Yeah.
Primate evolves into Annihilate, so that he did get his evolution one day. I think that only came from like a Gen 7 Pokedex entry too. Like it's never talked about it being so angry that it like dies until generation like 7, I think, in a Pokedex entry.
Yeah, because Generation 7 Dex is absolutely unhinged, and I love it.
What's up with it? They're just like, every Mega Evolution is in pain.
Every Mega Evolution is in pain. Every Pokemon you love is a predator, and the ones that aren't are still destroying things.
And all ghost Pokemon are trying to kill you.
Yes.
Like Gen 8 and Gen 9 have some pretty normal dexes. Gen 7's was on meth.
Like that one was like very unhinged. All right. Well, you're 2 for 2. Your next entry is your Pokedex entry, as always. It comes from Captain Spatch, the future owner of the Puckle Podcast. From Pokemon Scarlet. That's where the first entry is from. Feared and loathed by many, it is believed to bring misfortune to all those who see it at night. That's the whole thing. It's very short.
Repeat it one more time.
Feared and loathed by many, it is feared, or it is believed to bring misfortune to those who see it at night. To all those who see it at night.
See, this is why I wish I was really, if I had like any sports knowledge, because this is, you just say a bad football player and people laugh.
I don't even know any current football players. I'll be honest with you. I used to be really into it.
Right?
I don't know any current ones. I ask my buddy every once in a while, I'm like, who plays for the Bears? I'm like, that is a name. That is a name right now. The NFL has its own problems, though. Like, you can't watch it. It's so confusing to watch.
And this was from what generation? Sorry?
Generation 9 is from Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
It's the newest Dex. But that doesn't mean anything. This just means it's a darker ghost type.
Right. Thinking Weevil. I'm thinking...
It's everyone hates it if they see it at night. That's the Dex entry, basically, right?
Yeah, feared and loathed by many. It is believed to bring misfortune to all those who see it at night.
Is it Absol?
No.
You can lock in whatever you want to.
Absol is always about
the Dex.
It's always about the nature issues.
Well, it's about people hating it and it still being a chill guy.
Yeah, because it's the Mothman. It's like, oh, it comes along, it means destruction.
Is it Murkrow?
Ooh, it could be Murkrow.
Because like crows are bad omens.
Right.
Hashtag to the real one. I'm gonna say Murkrow and get the second one. Unless you've got a better idea.
No, that's the Murkrow. It fits the bill more than any other that I have in mind right now.
Oh, right. Well, we'll take the Murkrow and we're going to move on to your next entry. This one comes from Pokemon Sapphire. This Pokemon shows a strong interest in anything that sparkles or glitters. It'll try to steal rings from women.
Oh, Meowth?
No, that's 100% Murkrow.
It's Murkrow. Yeah.
Because it's because it's like cursed and hated, and also it steals things. It's a crow.
Yep.
Okay, we're locking that in. Murkrow?
Yeah.
Murkrow is correct. Yeah. That is the answer. Yeah. You guys are 4 for 3. So your next answer is your multi-answer. You can get 2 points here. There are 3 answers to this question. I'll give you 1 point for the first one you get, and I'll give you the second point for the next 2. All right. This question comes to you from P. McGee. What 3 type combinations are unique to a form of a Pokemon? Not its base form. So like not the base form, but this Pokemon can be different forms in different ways. Right. And they have type combinations that are unique to just those forms. You do have 3 strikes and then you're out. You have to lock in answers. That's how this works. But there's only 3 of them.
Altaria.
Mega Altaria is one of them. Yes. Yeah. That
so
is
like
a
regional variant wouldn't count as a form there, right?
No, regional variant's not a form. No, these are actual form changes. Yeah.
Just double checking there.
But Mega Altaria is Dragon Fairy. That does count. Yes.
Rotom Heat.
Rotom Heat is a second one. Yeah. Fire Electric is unique to Rotom Heat.
There isn't another electric ghost. Would base Rotom count or no?
No, base Rotom. No, we're not. We're just doing the forms.
Okay,
the
okay.
Forms. That's what the
Got
question is.
Not Pokemon with form.
No, yeah. We're just doing the forms. These are 3 type combinations that are unique to a form of a Pokemon, not the base form.
Darmanitan Zen.
Regular Darmanitan Zen?
No, Galarian. Sorry.
That is correct. That is the third answer. That is.
Yeah, no, Fire Psychic is.
It is Fire Ice. It's Fire Ice.
I was sure. I was like, what's
no, there's only 3. There's only 3. Rotom Heat is Electric Fire. Zen Mode Galarian Darmanitan is Ice Fire. And Mega Altaria is, I wrote down Dragon Fire, but it's Dragon Fairy. But yes, that is correct. There are so many typos on all these PowerPoints if anybody ever pays attention on the video version. All right. Then last question is your base stat question as always. You guys are like on a roll. You are at 6 for 4. So your next question is from Gigasaurus Games and it's your base stat question.
Nice.
Which bug type Pokemon has the lowest base defense of all bug type Pokemon?
In a just world, the answer would be Shedinja to free up points.
All right.
It's gonna be some little baby guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a Caterpie. It won't be Caterpie or Weedle because those share it with each other. It's gonna be something like Blipbug or Wormpole. Or it's gonna be Blipbug, Wormpole, or Scatterbug.
Yeah, I'm in a loss here. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. To me, it's between Blipbug and Scatterbug because it's base defense, not HP, right?
Yeah, base defense.
Vivillon has like a shockingly high HP stat. Like it's still low because it's a bug type, but it's pretty there. I can see it having bad defenses. But Blipbug, Orbeetle's stats are all in speed, special attack, and special defense. Like this thing has its own defense of like 50 to 60. So I lead towards Blipbug. I could be talked into the other one I listed, Scatterbug. Words.
I can go with either. I'm really not. No idea.
All right, I'm gonna say Blipbug.
All right, Blipbug is correct with a base defense of 20. Caterpie and Weedle don't share it, by the way. Just as a heads up.
I thought they were the same.
Nope. Ladybug and Weedle are at 30. Okay. That's the next weakest. The next one after that is Surskit at 32. Caterpie and Wurple and Snom follow up that though with 35.
You know what it was? It was because Butterfree had higher special.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what it would have been.
Very weird. I don't know what's going on. It's fine. All right. Well, with that, guys, you get 8 points. That's a perfect run right there. That only helps Jushiro. Next week, I have already started prepping the comeback mechanic. Started prepping the comeback mechanic for everybody else. Hopefully it works. We will see. But actually, oh no, I was just like, I think this might put Jushiro in first place. There was a non-zero chance. It doesn't, but
soon.
It doesn't. Soon. Actually, very possible, honestly. So in first place, we have Cloud9 with 84 points. In second place, we have Jushiro with 81 points. Woo. In third place, we've got Seth Bilo with 75. In fourth place, we have R Sigma with 73. That's our top 4. They, at this moment, will be going to the Tournament of Champions where they can compete for the $25 IHOP gift card. No, you guys don't know what a Waffle House is. It's fine. You don't have them. You guys just don't have them. Okay, there's like a certain
we don't have them, but we know of them.
There's a lateral. There's a latitude.
I had a momentary heart attack of like what storm warning just got updated. You mentioned Waffle House.
But everybody else after the top 4, we have Lynian in 5th place, just moved up there with 55 points. There's a little bit of a jump between Lynian and Sigma, so it's okay. In 6th, we've got Shark Finnegan with 52. In 7th, we've got Whimsicott with 47. 8th, Bocephus with 45. And in 9th, we have Sublime with 43. That is your current standing. Comeback mechanic coming. That comeback mechanic will also probably roll over into next year as well to be there the whole year, as opposed to just the last 2 months. But yeah, we decided on it. We came up with a comeback mechanic, and it's going to be pretty fun. But with that, guys, that has been our PokeQuiz. We're going to kick things on over to our Poke Opinion. Welcome to our Poke Opinion. Our Poke Opinion this week comes from me and Jushiro. And because fall's upon us, we decided to talk about which Pokemon is the best Pokemon to get a pumpkin spice latte with. I think this is a very valid question.
You would say the obvious one would be Pumpkaboo or Gorgas.
No, I think that would be horrific.
I think that would actually, that's like, no, that's not optimal.
In the coffee, not around the coffee.
To be fair, pumpkin spice isn't actually pumpkin. It's like the thing they put in pumpkin pie, right? Like
right. Yeah, but you can't. All right, I'm gonna have a pumpkin flavored drink. No, it's not pumpkin. It's the spices that we use to rub into your flesh when you're dead.
Yeah,
I don't think that's better.
we're just preparing the meal, right? It's fine. It's fine.
I feel like so the Pokemon is also getting one, right?
I would assume the Pokemon is also getting a pumpkin spice latte. Yes.
Okay.
I think is that an important distinction? I don't know.
It is to me slightly, because I think the answer is probably Shuckle.
Oh, okay. Shuckle could do that.
I don't really like pumpkin spice lattes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I would absolutely be down for some pumpkin spice spirits. Just plug it up.
Oh, you're like
in there. Close it up.
You're like Shuckle is gonna go ahead and ferment.
Shuckle's fermenting it for me. Yeah,
he's gonna ferment it.
I'm making Shuckle pumpkin moonshine.
You're making like Shuckle
coffee liqueur.
Yeah, you're making like Kahlua with Shuckle, pumpkin spice Kahlua.
Yeah, that's my answer.
I don't know. I was thinking like. Maybe this is too basic. I was thinking some kind of fighting type that we can.
Pumpkin spice latte. Basic is correct.
You're right. You're aiming for that.
It's gonna be low punny. That's not weird at all. And
she does have the Uggs. So.
She has the Uggs. That's all I'm saying. Like I think Low Punny would enjoy a pumpkin spice latte, and we could have some kind of conversation.
I think most normal types do.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining a cafe, Pumpkaboo and Gorgas themed, and that the sizes for the coffee are the sizes.
The Gorgeist. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll
actually
have a super. It's been one of those days.
Yeah.
That's actually that's so good though, actually.
Yeah, Chino would also be a good one. Yeah, I feel like it has its similar energy, but you only need to get an espresso shot, right?
Oh,
you don't need a lot of liquid.
What happens to the tea Pokemon when you switch the tea to coffee? Does it get super?
Nobody
again.
We get that.
Nobody knows.
That's what we're getting in the Gen 5 re-release. It's the regional.
Regional, yep. It's coffee.
Another Sinistchi or Sinistcha or whatever.
Sinistchi. Yep.
Another
Sinist Brew.
Sinist Brew. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh my! Could you imagine?
And Poltgeist.
Oh my gosh! Dude, that would be wild. That'd be wild. Oh man. Okay. So yeah. Man, I don't. Other than the Low Punny, I don't like. I just feel like it's basic. They do. Low Punny definitely has the Uggs though, right? Like it has the Uggs, and I think that makes sense. Like we can sit down and have a conversation while we're drinking your pumpkin spice lattes. Do you have an answer, Jushiro, other than like the trying to like get the Gorgeist ready to eat? Like,
no, I mean, there's so many good Pokemon. I mean, we could have a creamy to add to the pumpkin spice and add some cream to them. I mean, there's so many good options, but
does all creamy actually give you cream from itself?
That's a good question. I'll remember the Pokedex entries for those.
I'm pulling it up right now for our knowledge. This is important. This is important for us to know. Okay. Whether or not all creamy provides any kind of spice or any kind of like whipped cream to us. Okay. Pokemon Shield. When all creamy is content, the cream it secretes from its hands becomes sweeter and richer.
There you go.
Which means
like the word I don't like secrete.
That. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like that bothers me as well. That bothers me as well. It's just like yeah, it secretes whatever from its hands. And which also means that somebody's tasted the cream that comes out of its hands, which
and
makes it
in states of joy and not joy.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like that's what I'm hearing is just like all creamy. Somebody, it's like when you
all creamy for science.
Well, it's like when you think about like how did we discover you could drink cow milk? Like it's just like what?
Well, that makes sense. That's an organ that does that in mammals.
I mean, the
Pokemon is not a mammal.
I imagine someone doing a YouTube video testing all the El Creamy creams.
All the different flavors.
The El Creamy in different situations.
Well, no, because you got to get different emotions, right? So you show a horror film and then you try it.
It turns out that this is like actually all about all creamy, by the way. Like it's Pokemon Violet entry is all creamy have been cherished to produce exquisite cream. So trainers always raise them lovingly.
So here's the thing. We lucked out that it gets sweeter when it gets happy. Could you imagine if like it was foie gras?
Oh no. Oh no. When it's upset, it produces the best cream.
Right.
Oh no. Could you imagine?
And that's how you get factory farming, children.
Oh no. That would be so terrible. That would be terrible.
Organic cream from all creamy would be just non-abused.
Non-abused, but then it doesn't taste as good. That's what we've learned.
Yeah, that's why it's organic.
Oh my gosh. What's worse is
a dark place to end up from the PSL chat.
Yeah, this got worse from the Gorgeist. I'm not gonna lie. Was the all creamy like? At least Halloween's coming up. It's spoopy season, right? So we already started that going.
Yep.
No, what's worse is every single form of all creamy has its own Pokedex entry in both Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, and they all talk about the flavor of the cream that is produced based on the different toppings that are on the all creamy. And I'm just like, that's weird. Some guy did that. Somebody did this
for science.
Somebody did
friend,
this.
College friend and I are doing a fan ROM hack because he's gone hard. So I've gone. All right, I'll do bulk text. I had to write over 200 dex entries for all of the returning Pokemon. I knocked that out in about a day and a half because they're just like 100 characters. It's not that long. The things you end up like having to say, like, what's a thing about Weeping Bell? I don't know. It does not surprise. So one guy just got all of the Alcremie forms. That was like a half hour of him looking at it being like, I guess this one's sweet. I guess this one's bitter.
To be fair, that's all they are. It's just like it's just
I know. I'm looking at them.
They're just like, yeah, that one's got a good flavor, I guess. Maybe. I just want to imagine like the person that wrote the entry just sitting there with like a line of all creamy, and he's like, stick out your hands. Okay. And he wipes a finger on each one of their hands and like tastes it. And he goes, okay. He writes down in his little notebook what it is.
When you say a line of alchemy, a different white substance comes to mind. Like get the credit card for the proper test.
What a pokey opinion this turned out to be. Okay, well, you guys can let us know what Pokemon you'd love to get a PSL with over at our mailbag next week at puclpodcast@gmail.com. With that, we've got some emails to read. So let's go ahead and read those emails. We'll catch you guys over there. Welcome to the mailbag. This is the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts on the topic. Last week we talked about Pokemon flops, and we got a few of them to talk about in your emails here. But before I forget, because if not, somebody will complain. Probably Bo, actually. This segment of the show is brought to you by the fictional energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
And as always, we'll give out the Green Tauros badge to anybody we deem necessary. Actually, that chat's been really fun lately. I'm not going to lie. They have been talking about a lot of fun stuff. So with that, though, guys, we're going to go ahead. We'll give it to whoever we deem worthy. Our first email this week, though, is from Nick. So we're going to let Jushiro jump into that one.
Yeah, he starts with, hello! I have two choices for the biggest flops in Pokemon, one that is in-game and one that is a promotional event. First, the Battle Resort, specifically ORAS. As this was alright as a battle mason in X and Y as a simple battle facility for post-game, however, it was not nearly enough to replace the Ho in Battle Frontier when they could simply copy and pasted it in the post-game location in Hoenn under a new name. It was also one of the capstone events that showed the how out of touch Pokemon Company can be with its ban face, since there is an infamous Masuda quote stating people wouldn't have used it anyway. This was a major downfall in the history of post-game battle institutions too, and now the SV, we don't even have one.
That's not entirely true. I think they just replaced it with like Blueberry Academy stuff.
Yeah. And there's this idea, it's like, this I don't like this, which means they're out of touch. I think they're out of touch with people in your circle, buddy.
Yeah,
right. I mean, use them and they have the data for it.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that would have loved it, but like, it's fine. Like, if they don't think they're gonna get a lot, it's resources that they can put somewhere else, right? Like, it could have been we got Battle Frontier, but we didn't get 25 megas or something. And I think I'd rather have the 25 megas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mega is an example of sometimes they do listen to us because we've been clamoring for megas for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, it's very obscure, but Pokemon did these promotional songs collaborating with major singers like Post Malone and Katy Perry for the 25th anniversary that kind of just fell flat.
Yeah,
also, Post Malone is a bizarre choice to partner for Pokemon, and do not see those having two similar brands. Kathy and Post are also Pokemon cards for this. Also got Pokemon cards for this collab as well. Well, I can tell you why Post Malone is because he's cheap and he's from here in Seattle, from Washington.
Didn't he also cover a Hootie and the Blowfish song?
Yeah,
he did it, but he also used the samples like really well.
I was just
okay.
The cover's actually pretty good.
Ed Sheeran did a song too. Forget.
Ed Sheeran did, and Ed Sheeran did a song that was actually it was the post game credits too for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yep. The thing is, the first it was in the credits for the game. The actual game itself, the credits, it was fine. It was a little odd, but whatever.
Yeah.
The remix they did for the DLC is one of the most painful listening experiences.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I think when I was listening to it, I muted my TV after listening, just like jaw on the floor, how terrible it was. I waited for it to end. And I don't even hate Ed Sheeran. I think he's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The remix is just so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole collaboration was just really weird. I don't know. I don't think we'll recapture that early 2000s magic where they're just like, yeah, let's just grab all these random artists and make 2000s music for fun.
Hey, Vitamin C, you want to rewrite an entire generation?
Let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Vacations where I want to. Oh, we're gonna get copyright strike.
To this day, whenever I say vacation, that song starts playing in my head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, same here.
Exactly.
Same here.
They've ruined us.
Thanks all for the great episode this week, Nick.
There was actually a. I mean, it really does play into that like Pokemon brain study, I think.
Yeah.
It's very real. It's very real. All right, we've got one more email this week, and it's from the Corporate Lurker. Hey, Puckle Crew, your friendly Corporate Lurker here. I was playing through Emerald for the Badge Bonanza while sitting through 4.5 hours of meetings today. Let's just say I made it to the Elite Four and was thinking about this week's question. Now, don't get me wrong. Gen 2 is one of my favorites. So much so that I'm picking up 2 MiU Mini Plus systems. Oh, okay. So my son and I can play Heart Gold and Soul Silver together. As a kid, I love these games. MiU is almost the same name as the random Chinese company that sold my ice maker. And I digress. As a kid, I love these games so much that when the remakes released, I ordered Heart Gold and Soul Silver, had them ship it to Iraq where I was stationed. I still remember beating Faulkner while flying from the base in a Black Hawk. That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty sick.
Faulkner, you think you have the coolest hawk?
Yeah, right.
You'll find it his eye.
It is I am flying in a Black Hawk. That said, that level grind is still painful. I know, Thatch. We're all playing it wrong. We get it. Okay. He got me. He's got my number. Okay. He's got my number. But as a kid, after climbing Mount Silver out of curiosity and running into red, I looked at his team levels and my team levels, then the wild Pokemon's level in Mount Silver, where I would do the grinding to beat red, and just said out loud, you've got to be kidding me. You probably could have beat red. He has no EVs. You could have done it. Another flop for me has to be Sword and Shield's Dynamax. With all the hype around Armor Evolution, I was pretty disappointed to see instead Pokemon just getting big. Sometimes with slightly different designs. I mean, this is what replaced Mega Evolutions. My first Dynamax battle honestly gave me Ghostbuster vibes, where Egon's biggest fear was the giant Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. And I won't even bring up the story since I have mixed feelings about the Ghostbusters story?
No, Scarlet and
One of
Violet.
my favorite movies of all time, but it wasn't Egon, it was Dan character.
It was Dan Aykroyd, yeah. It was Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, he's the one that
It wasn't even
yeah.
his character, actually. It was just Dan Aykroyd's biggest fear.
Actually, I believe that. I'm sure if you asked Dan Aykroyd, he would agree.
I'm sure that no, because I know what he would say, and that's not a topic for this podcast. Don't Google it. Don't meet your heroes.
And finally, there's the Scarlet and Violet's performance. I know the Switch 2 helps. The Switch 2 fixes it. It doesn't just help, it fixes. But it shouldn't have to. If Breath of the Wild could run well on the original Switch, okay. Then Pokemon could have at least managed decent. No excuses. Thanks.
That's a lot of what about. That's not how that works.
There's a lot of problems I have with the words that just happened.
Yeah.
Like one, Breath of the Wild actually doesn't run super well on Switch. That's why there's actually a huge community all about running there was until the Switch 2 came out, a huge community about emulating Breath of the Wild so that they could hit like 60 FPS with the game, and it looks gorgeous when it's at 60 FPS. And that's actually what Nintendo tries to sell you for $30 on the Switch 2. Is that experience. Right. And then second, Pokemon and Breath of the Wild aren't the same game, like at all.
Not the same development team.
Well, not even just that.
They're doing really different things.
Yeah.
And they're crunching a lot of different numbers in the background at speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like you could go to the lake out in Breath of the Wild and look fine, but you also don't have like 50, or not 50, but you don't have like 10 Pokemon on screen at the same time right there either.
that it's calculating out a whole lot of information for each of them to try to make them pop in easily. Like, the games don't run well. I don't want this to sound like I think the games are fine. They aren't.
Right. No,
but,
they're not.
Saying, well, this game did fine is just
it's
not
a false
how that works, actually.
It's a false equivalency, I think. Like you can't.
That's all I would say.
Yeah. But yeah. Thanks for your time and the warm welcomes from the Discord server. The once and always corporate lurker. He's no longer a lurker on the Discord server, by the way. He comes and talks now. But yeah, I think both these guys actually have the Green Taurus badge. So I don't know.
Unfortunately, you both you both get it. It doesn't.
You both
do
get
anything.
it. You both get it. It doesn't do anything. It's fine. But with that has been our mailbag. And you can email us next week at puclpodcast@gmail.com and let us know what changes you would make to the Pokemon marketing strategy. I guess only for ZA. It could be for anything though, honestly. We meant to make it for everything, but we talked about ZA for 35 minutes. And then you could also go ahead and follow us everywhere. If you want to hang out with us throughout the week, though, you can go ahead and go to pucklediscord.com. You can follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Additionally, you can catch us on stream at twitch.tv/thepucklepodcast. I will be back this week. I know I will, because I have no more travel going on. Regardless of what happens. And then we will also have... if you want to help support the show, you can always go to our Patreon at patreon.com/pucklepodcast. But with that, guys, I have been your host, Trainer Thatch.
I've been Lynian.
Some say I've been Jushiro.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.